And that's the way that you play xbow. You constantly cycle on the other side when your first xbow dies. And he's like, I want to poison my tower because this is so toxic. That's the only way I can describe its toxicity. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Incase Tag, and today we're back again with the most hated deck in the history of Clash Royale. 3.0 xbow cycle. This deck never dies. No matter the meta, this deck seems to always be strong, and no matter the matchup, you can still win if you play well enough. I love decks like that because you can always get better, and there's so much room for improvement. So let's go jump straight some games and assert some dominance with the best xbow deck in Clash Royale. And a huge thank you to all of you guys that are supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. All money made from creator code SirTag supports the channel in a big way. It allows me to upload daily videos while I take full-time college courses. So thank you guys for supporting me and helping me grow the channel. All right, guys, we had a game against Antonio. What is up, my dude? We're gonna sauce out of good luck, give you some love, because you know what? Your tower is gonna get a lot of kisses and hugs from my expo. So it is just your fate. It is your destiny. You cannot avoid it. So you're gonna go in for a Goblin Cage. You might actually end up having a Royal Giant deck. You could end up having a Mega Knight deck. I don't know. We'll find out. So we're gonna go in for a Knight here. Maybe we can summon the Mega Knight. You're gonna go for a Fly Machine. Easy fireball value. I hope we hit the Goblin Cage Brawler too. Wait, that is awesome. We hit everything. And the Ice Spirit's going to go and connect to the Skeleton Dragons before they actually shoot it. So the Skeleton Dragons, they do kill an Ice Spirit, but they don't both fire in time. So only one of them fires in time. I think he definitely does have Royal Giant. So it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle, but you can always win against it. Oh, he's going to have Miner. Wait, this could be Lava Hound. So usually against Lava Hound Miner, what I like to do is I like going same lane and then breaking through that way. But if you're going to go for a Mega Minion, it will get cycled into the Abyss. So I don't really want to go expo into that. Rather force out more elixir. He's going to go for a Fly Machine. I'm just going to immediately fireball it. That's a vibe. I can Ice Spirit and I can Skeletons. And we're actually going to lock onto the tower. So if you didn't know, one of the best reasons that expo is so strong is if your opponent's got Goblin Cage, every single time you obliterate it, it locks onto the tower instead. He's going to have arrows for my archers though. So this is going to be a little bit more spicy, dude. I was expecting some moderate level of spice, probably like Chipotle level, but then he comes through with a Ghost Pepper, guys. But I'm a hot pepper, hot pepper. He delivers the arrows right to my heart and pierces through our archers and our tower. Can't believe that, man. I wasn't expecting that level of insanity. Anyway, I can go in for a Knight now, and we've solidified that we know that he's going to end up having a Lava Hound deck, right? There's nothing else. So I'm going to immediately follow with our expo. I think if you Inferno Dragon, I can Ice Spirit and reset. But if you do anything else, it's a vibe. Oh, we're going to get splendid fireball value. We're going to roast them like marshmallows, my dudes. It's going to be awesome. So I really, really want to get the fireball value. He's not giving it to me, man. Come on, dude. Anyway, we can follow up with a Knight in the middle just to solve the riddle and pull everything together. Join forces. Let's go and have a campfire, sir, because we didn't get the marshmallows. We got to go and stand and deliver in some other aspect. So you're going to Goblin Cage or you're going to Fly Machine, whichever one you want to do, be my guest. Tesla's going to lock and load on top of the Fly Machine with Fireball on top of the Skeleton Dragons. If only I was able to hit the Goblin Cage Brawler with the Fireball as well, but it was just taking too much time. Ain't nobody got time for that one, Chief. Anyway, Fireball gave us so much value and so much time. We can just consistently cycle back to another expo. I think he's going to go in for Barbs in the middle. I don't have Fireball, so I would have pre-Fireball. I would have missed. I would have only hit like 2 of them. That would have been really bad. I'm thankful that I didn't do that, guys. Sometimes I have bold ideas that don't work out super well, but as long as I'm able to fireball this, I don't think he's going to expect it, and we shut down the miner. So then, so if I had killed the Goblin Cage with the fireball, and then he had nothing else on the field, we would have immediately locked onto the tower. Actually, we still get it anyway. Why was I sad, Panda, guys? We still walk away with the dominant victory. He didn't even have the shot or the chance to go and cycle his Lava Hound. That's how good Expo is. Your opponent sometimes can't even go and drop their win condition because they're constantly on the back foot. As you guys can see, he was a Lava Hound player. I was not memeing. He had no chance because he was constantly off balance. All right, guys, we had a game here. We're going to sauce out of good luck, and we're going to immediately go in for a log. I was hovering my Expo, waiting for him to cycle something in the back, but this man's like, nah, fam, I'm not about the life of giving you an immediately Expo connection and allowing you to win the game right out of the gate. So he's going to go in for a Goblin Cage. Interesting card to see. Don't see that every day anymore. Oh, please. Please give me Royal Giant. That's what we live for. That's what we breathe for. Dominating Royal Giant players. It feels really good beating them with Expo because they feel like Royal Giant should always win. But in reality, if I just play well enough, we can win that matchup too. So I'm going to go in for archers because we will do the shutdown all the graveyard. We know he's going to go in and go pull the knight, so I want to get skeletons down. He's going to poison as well. So he's going to preemptively cycle all of his elixir. He has nothing left over, my dudes. He's going to go for like a goblin cage or maybe like a musketeer. And then if he goes in for a goblin cage, the expo locks onto the tower or whatever he drops afterward. It does not lock onto the brawler. So all we need to do is finish off the goblin cage and then it locks onto something else instead. So what you going to do? You're going to go, what? You have Mega Knight? You actually have Mega Knight with this? Oh, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit more spicy then. I like it. I like it. I always like the challenge with Expo. So we're going to go for archers here. Unfortunately, we don't get that much value, but the Mega Knight doesn't jump, and nor does the Goblin Cage get any damage on us. So it's going to be an interesting game that we have on our hands here. If I go for an Expo, he's probably just going to go for a Mega Knight or a Goblin Cage. Those are his counters to us. We know he doesn't actually have any other real answers besides maybe Fisherman, but the Fisherman, it could just die to skeletons, so it's not really as good or as clean as the Mega Knight. So we're going to go in for skeletons, make sure that the Fisherman does not cross the river. He does not have a graveyard tank. And then we can follow up with Ice Spirit and Archers. So at this point, no graveyard tank means that we get so much more value with our Knight, take way less damage, and I can follow up with an Expo. So the reason why I'm going for a defensive Expo is he can't poison it because he just cycled his poison. He has to cycle 4 more cards to get back to that. That means if I have this defensive Expo on the map and he cycles stuff into us, he is going to feed us and we are going to get beefy and strong, guys. We're going to grow up just like our parents wanted us to. We ate all of our vegetables. We ate all of our meat. We have nothing left on the dinner plate. And you guys are about to see the byproduct of that. You go for 2 Expos. You follow up with archers. You shut down their entire spam. You drop archers outside of the range of the traditional poison. And then you're like, what's up, dude? What you got? What you got now? That's why we love this deck. They go in for 1 poison on offense when they shouldn't. They lose the game. That's kind of how it works. So at this point, we just keep spamming Expos like a certified savage. And you probably have faced this situation before, guys. Expo on Expo on Expo is not very fun for your opponent. It is not a good time. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. So we can go for another Tesla. We should be able to just log through this, going for skeletons on top of the bar barrel, so it locks onto that instead. It's actually to get Electro Wizard down. But you know what? The game is pretty much over. We can just go and do the exact same thing that we did before. If it worked one time, don't fix it because it's going to work again. He doesn't have poison and cycle. In fact, he's going to Mega Knight. He's going to jump for joy with the Mega Knight at the river. He's really getting frisky and feisty with me today. So, love going for Teslas up high. So now he's like, wait, where do I poison? What do I do? I want to poison the archers, but I need to poison the Expo. And now we can probably just go for a log and a fireball on top of everything. If I'm able to hit the fish boy and go and hit the, I guess he just wants to keep going for preemptive poisons, predicting my archers in a spot that we would never possibly drop them. Guarantee that the Expo also finishes off all the graveyard skeletons. Follow up with another Tesla to go and tickle him. Double Teslas means double the tickle power, and Tickle Me Elmo is at full force right now, guys. We're going to go in for the archers again, just to be able to break through a little bit quicker. If we fireball that, then the Expo locks onto the tower, and then we get more damage. Also, on top of that, we get a lot of tower damage as well. So, to follow up with our skeletons, going for a Tesla up higher, because he's probably going to drop something at the river. Don't know what he's going to drop, but he'll probably drop something. I'm going to go for really high archers, because I think he was going to poison a little bit further back. He doesn't, though. I thought he would. I really thought he would. He seemed like the type that he would try to change it up a little bit, but guess not, man. We're just going to be able to fireball your hunter and break through and win the game. So, GG. Well played and peace out. It took a lot of force to break through, but, you know, when you can cycle 2 Expos, 2 Teslas, your opponent, even if they've got like 10 different tanks, you eventually will overwhelm them with positive elixir traits to the point that they can't possibly hope to defend anymore. GG, well played, and peace out. I just want to get back to a fireball to put you out of your misery, sir. You will not hold the door, and we beat the buzzer with 1 second remaining. GG, and well played, man. Pleasure playing against you. All right, guys, we got a game against Strike. We're going to strike him down with the Expo, and he's not going to get back up. So I'm going to go for my skeletons in the back, and he's going to go for a pencil. So I usually am going to be playing against Magic Archer, so I want to log this. I think he doesn't Magic Archer at the river. Wow. That is the first time someone with Battle Ram has not Magic Archered on top of whatever defensive unit that I've dropped. I don't know, guys. Maybe he's different. Maybe he's unique. Maybe he's an imposter bridge spam player. Okay, so he's got 3 Musketeers. If we can defend our Expo and we counter push and cycle back to another one, we automatically win. That is the best vibe. If you cycle your fireball early on, then guess what happens? They go for an elixir collector, and then you're a sad panda. I'm not about the life of being a sad panda. So I'm just going to go in for skeletons here. I'm going to go for a knight to finish off that muskie, and we're in a great spot now. So he's going to barb barrel, and we can cycle back to another expo and have this defensive expo poised to defend and allow our offensive potential to break through. You know what? He's just going to cycle stuff into the defensive expo. I'm okay with that too. Whichever one floats your boat will definitely sink your ship inevitably. So I'm going to go for a Tesla. The Ice Spirit will tank the damage. I think that we need to go in for that Tesla a little bit earlier because the battle ram, it would penetrate through my tower, and we're not going to allow him to draw anytime soon. So I can go in for an expo again because I think he's just going to go in for 3M. I can also fireball them too. So if I fireball all three of them, that's money. That's cash money, my dudes. That's what I'm talking about. Also, I don't think he's going to drop anything in front of that, right? You don't have 3 musketeers. You're down a bit of elixir because I got extraordinary value, and you can't go in for an elixir collector. If you went for an elixir collector, it would be an overcommitment and you'd lose your tower. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a little bit harder than usual. You guys are going to see me sweat a little bit here. Whenever we play against someone that's got minion horde and barb barrel, they're going to be a good expo player. So I have to fireball this back, I think. Just to defend everything to the best extent, I need to go for archers and fireball. We can also get a knight down just to make sure that the bandit does not dash over my tower. It was difficult to get that thing down, but we got him. So we're casually up a bit, but the only way he could have defended that push was minion horde barb barrel, and he actually had it, which was extraordinarily weird. Just coincidence, sir. It's good to actually play against the hardest possible 3 musketeer deck to show you guys why our deck is that good. Even against the worst variation to play against, we still wreck it. Even in dire straits, we always weather the storm. So I'm going to Ice Spirit, I'm going to follow up with Skeletons, and the Bandit does not bounce on through. So we got the defensive Expo back, and because it's double elixir, we have more elixir. So we can consistently get our other Expo on the map even quicker. Also, I could have fireballed that, but yeah, you know what? Fireballing that is probably a good play. I still don't know if he's going to end up having the variation. Oh, wait, you're just going to fireball me. Fine, fine. You want to give me everything I ever wanted in life? It's not even Christmas yet, but you want to come early, sir, with your Christmas presents? I'm about it, never doubt it. We can cycle multiple Expos on the map. I'm going to probably go on the right-hand side, though. And, yeah, we can go for a really high Tesla. Ice Spirit on top of the Battle Ram. If you want to ban it, we're going to Knight for sure. Make sure you don't steal any damage from me. And then we Fireball on the Minion Horde. That's fine, too. That's great. Keeping everything alive. Extraordinary value. So since we've got the defensive Expo, it will lock onto anything that he drops on offense. We can Skeletons afterwards, so the Barbs lock onto that. Then we go in for an Ice Spirit to make sure that we reset. The Tesla will start to tickle him. And it is not the Tickle Me Elmo that you grew up with, sir. This is some painful tickling. The ones that you never want to feel.
Just in time for the holidays, it's Stop Touching Me Elmo.
So he's laughing, or actually, no, he's yawning because he knows it's over. He's actually a really good player, too. You know what we can do is we can go for an Expo, and we can follow up with a Ice Spirit and Archers here. I just want an Ice Spirit to make sure that we're going to be able to shut that down. He's definitely going to go in for some more spam. He's got 3 Musketeers. I'm going to Fireball them all. I think if we Fireball them, then we're fine. I'm going to go in for Skeletons afterward. I'm going to have to follow up with the Knight. You know what, dude? You're playing this super, super well. I got to give you credit. You're making it work, but at the same time, your resistance is futile.
Go home. Few inches later.
Yeah, so we casually cycled 4 archers on the map. We're going to get another Expo, and we win. We didn't even get the second Expo. And this man was not impressed. That's what we do when we play Expo. We make everyone rage, and I'm a little bit sorry. He was actually a really good player, and he was a nice dude. He didn't baby rage that hard. I got to tell you, when I play against Expo and I lose, sometimes I got to take a break afterwards. It's just like, why is this still in the game? All right, guys, we got a game against Flexi. So we got to go and flex our emotes, sauce out that Mega Knight sauce, and see what he's going to do. If you're going to go in for Fire Spirits, you probably have a bait deck. And there he is. He's showing his true colors. We know what he's like. And I think he knows how toxic I am as well. When I run Expo, everyone either loves it or loves to hate it. And I think I'm one of those people that loves to hate it. Every single time that I beat Expo, I love destroying it. It's one of those things that just gives me immense satisfaction. So he's probably going to rocket. No, he's got poison instead. This is even better. So yeah, if they rocket, you're actually able to break through. You're going to go in for an Ice Wizard and you're going to go for a Knight. So you dropped a ton of elixir. Also, if you don't know, now you know. You wait for one of the Fire Spirits to die, and then you go in for your Knight or your Ice Spirit or whatever you want to do to counter the Fire Spirit. So then you only take 1 Fire Spirit damage on top of your unit, and the tower finishes off the other one. There's no point in sacrificing everything to the fire spirits. Look, guys, we're going to do it again. If you don't know, now you know. Second time, another one. So I think we can probably go in for an xbow, and he's going to go in for a poison on this for sure. So he's going to go in for a xbow here. We'll see if he wants to poison. Then I get free archers. So yeah, he's just going to poison it. That's fine. I'm okay with it, brother. We're going to poison my xbow. We guarantee that you have to poison that every single time because you don't want to just cycle stuff into the expo, right? If the expo stays on the map, then your opponent's like, no, must cycle cards in the back, and then it still goes to the expo and dies anyway. But if they poison your expo, then they have nothing for the archers, and the archers finishes off the spear goblins or the fire spirits, whatever's coming out of their spawner. Usually it's going to be barbs from a barb puck because that's the most overpowered spawner in the meta. But this guy, he's striving to be something different. Marching to the beat of a different drummer. So I think at this point, I just go in for an expo and figure out if we can win the game off that. So expo right out of the gate is usually not the best play in case your opponent's got like an elixir golem deck. But when you figured out what your opponent's got and you can afford an expo and great confidence, it's always a good vibe to drop it at the river and assert your dominance. So unfortunately, the Tesla is right in the place of the poison, but I can Ice Spirit and I can log as well on top of the Skeleton Barrel. I think the expo is just going to lock onto the Ice Wizard and we get some damage. So we find damage in a hopeless place, but guys, it is the first of its kind, and much more is about to happen. So we can expo again. We can guarantee that he's probably going to go Ice Wizard, so I just want to go for a Tesla. Last time he went for an Ice Wizard, so he's going to poison, he's going to lose the Knight, and he's going to Ice Wizard, so I'm going to Ice Spirit. Ooh, why are you not doing that a little bit earlier, bro? So you're going to go for an Ice Wizard. We can go for a Knight to block it, and you are going to take so much damage. So one thing that I like doing is I love switching up the towers. So he's going to probably drop something on the Knight, and then it doesn't go into the expo. So the Knight's going to give us damage. We force out even more elixir. He's going to go in for a Knight as well. So we're going to Tesla preemptively, try to block it. See if you do it. Yeah, there's the Knight. So the Knight's going to get shredded, and we can Fireball on the Ice Wizard if he drops it anywhere nearby. And the other thing is, you can consistently cycle the opposite lane. So if we just say that this expo is lost, which it definitely isn't, we're going to go in for another expo on the opposite side. So he's probably going to drop more stuff on the expo because it's still going to take his tower. And then we're like, how about another one, sir? We're like Oprah here, giving damage to everyone. So every single tower is going to take it, and that's the way that you play expo. You constantly cycle on the other side when your first expo dies, and he's like, I want to poison my tower because this is so toxic. That's the only way I can describe its toxicity.
I'm out.
So GG and well played. He actually said well played to me. I feel so bad. I ran expo, and I hard countered him. He still said well played and didn't rage. You know what? Very nice person. We'll move on to next one. All right, guys. So unfortunately, we cycled our log as our starting play. And what does he have? He's got Goblin Barrel. So that's not the way that we want to play the game. But whenever we play log bait, we always assert dominance if they've got Inferno Tower. We're going to figure out... Oh, wait. What? What? You've got Musketeer. How do you have that variation? I have never seen someone have the audacity to run a Musketeer log bait deck. But, you know, you see something new every single day. He's going to have E-Barbs. This is not good. This is really not good. E-Barbs are one of those few cards that even if they're in a weird deck, they work so well in the meta. So we're going to have to log that back, and I think he gets one hit.
Ow.
Yep, that hurt so much. That hit, I felt it. I felt it through my phone, guys. I felt it. Anyway, I'm going to be able to Fireball here, cycle Archers pretty quickly, and then Knight on top of the Goblin. So, if you don't know, now you know. If you drop Archers in that placement, you're able to take damage from both of the Goblins in front of the tower. And then the one in the back, then the Archers, you know, they're ranged, so they shoot the one in the back, so it's fine. So you're going to have Bowler. That is not good for me either. I think Eubarb's Bowler is one of the few combinations that you're like, hey, that's pretty easy to play against if you got Lava Hound or if you got any air deck, but if you're running a ground deck like us, it's going to be pretty difficult, guys. We're getting grounded and pounded by every single one of his cards. So, I'm going to go in for my Archers. I think at this point, the best bet is just make sure that I don't overcommit. We know that this guy is vigorously going to be spamming us with all of his might. I was really hoping that the Bowler would extend far enough to hit the Archer and my King Tower, but that was just overly optimistic, as I am too often in life. Anyway, I'm going to go in for the X-Ball defense, shut down everything else. I know I can go for a Knight, and it's going to get surrounded by the Goblins. Meet your brother. Meet your maker, Goblins. So unfortunately, that is not the surprise party that the Goblins wanted to see, but they were absolutely demolished, so they didn't have much say in it. I can go for a Tesla here, and then I can go for another Expo. So usually how you play Expo is you cycle 2 Expos. If you can't break through with 1, you go in for 2. 2 mines work better than 1, and it's double the fun. Well, not for him, but for me, it's quite the vibe. So we can Fireball, we can go for a Skeleton Surround. I can make sure that we're going to be able to go in for an Ice Spirit afterward. I think the Ice Spirit jumps on top of the Knight. Yeah, it just jumped on everything. It jumped on the Musketeer, and it jumped on the Bowler. That was splendid interaction for me. And we can get a log down again. So even though we haven't broken through, guys, we will not break our phone. We will persevere in the face of adversity against E-Barbs plus Bowler. So we're just going to rinse and repeat the last transaction, and eventually it will work out.
Oh, your persistence is insufferable.
You will always find damage if you are persistent enough with Expo. That's the great thing about it, is you know that this deck is just so much better than everything else if played perfectly. It has such a high skill cap. So he went in for a Lightning. He's definitely going to go for a Bowler. So let's go in for a Tesla here. So 2 Expos are going to lock onto the Bowler, and there's not much you can do about it besides going for Lightning. So we'll see if he tries to do that. Oh, wait. Are you going to give me Fireball value? I think you're going to give me Fireball value. I just want to Fireball immediately so we can guarantee that the Expo locks onto the tower, and then you're going to have to Lightning. But you're Lightning an Expo that is literally half HP. That must feel horrible, sir. You went to Hogwarts, you're Harry Potter with Lightning, but you're not getting the value that you needed? What did Hogwarts teach you? Hogwarts taught you better than that, right, brother? You are not an adept or a great wizard. So we can Fireball you out, get some extra damage, and then your Musketeer is in a really bad spot. So we can just log it, get more chip damage here. With a minute left over, he's going to spam me with E-Barbs. This man knows no bounds. I need to make sure that I go for Skeletons and a log, just because those Goblins are really coming on close. And we are up right now, but not by too much. This game is still really close, and I'm not liking it. So I'm going to go for an Expo. Hopefully he Lightnings. I really want to see a Lightning so that I can start to Fireball cycle and get ahead. But if you spam into me, that's also a decent vibe. So I can go for Archers to guarantee value there. Okay, give me the Fireball value. That's what we wanted to see. And he's going to Lightning. That's amazing. So now we guarantee that the Expo is still alive. He's going to preemptively Bowler. So we just Tesla, and we are really in a great situation. In fact, I think what we do here is we just go in for another Expo. Follow up with an Expo, force out the Lightning on the other tower that he doesn't want to. And then if he Lightnings the right-hand tower, he loses the Expo. But if he Lightnings the left-hand tower, well, you don't get enough damage, and we Fireball cycle you. So you pick the way you want to lose, sir. Actually, he literally lost both ways. The Expo connected, and we Fireball cycled him. He's like, you know what? I can't pick. I can't decide. He's sitting in front of the ice cream parlor, and he's like, you know what? You know, sherbet really tastes good. Mint chocolate chip looks good too. But you know what? The strawberry, I guess I'll just take them all. I can't decide. I gotta eat everything. And he munched on it all, guys, but we wiped the floor and walked away with the win. GG and well played, Max. It was a pleasure playing against you.